those lights, and they're ready for kickoff very soon. And I think the key thing is Amin has just got to play something quite sharp. So we are starting off with what could be an English opening. It might transpose into a King's Indian defence. Okay, symmetrical English instead here, David.
It's in honour of us, Simon, Jovanka, the English opening.
Yeah.
And in honour of Prime Minister, maybe, Bodana. But yeah, this one, very symmetrical so far. The players have been copying each other. And Magnus is actually a specialist, I would say, on the white side of these positions. He knows where to put his pieces. It takes a slower kind of approach in these early stages as they decide what pawn structures to go for, which pieces to trade. But this last knight move, we say knights on the rim are dim, but this knight is going to gravitate towards the centre.
But David, you know what is a good move here. And it's actually an idea here. I mean, will he play it? Will he play it? Should we have a little bet?
Push Harry.
Push Harry.
Yes.
I think he's going to do it because it's actually not a bad move in this particular variation because black can't stop the H-pawn going 3 squares up the board here because he's got a knight in the way of that advance. So H4 is a very decent move, I think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what is Magnus doing? Tanya, you're looking at the camera there.
I think he's doing what we've seen him do in so many of these events, munching on some noodles there. It looked like he was getting a bite in, getting some energy going there. Magnus with his food, but knight 8-6, knights on the edge, falling off the hedge. But very often we see these knights go towards the center of the board, either through F5 or later on even through the F7 square once it's vacated with that pawn. Now, Harry the H pawn, you guys want to see that move on the board, but doesn't that leave some light squares weaknesses alive? On the board.
I knew it was going to happen.
That's the way to play, isn't
Actually,
it?
when I was looking through Amin's games this morning, I noticed that he did like to play H4 in these type of structures.
So maybe Magnus is setting him up for that, you know. Maybe this is what Magnus wanted. I don't know if he's done his preparation.
And he will have done his preparation.
I would have thought so. And look at that H-pawn go, though, David. I mean, that's quite annoying for black because that black knight, it can be a great piece, but it can also get in the way of some natural moves, I would have thought.
He goes H4, he goes H5. This one's going to be fire on the board. Magnus Carlsen instantly continues with his development. We will come back to this as other games are taking off. versus Amin. Look at that. Magnus has managed to create 2 passed pawns on either sides of the board, and the H-pawn is rushing down. He doesn't even need to do it right now. He can try and deflect that white knight from defending the H1 square. Meanwhile, Amin's king tied down to defending the A-pawn. Is there any hope for white in this position, David?
Oh, the only hope was that maybe black got a bit hasty and impatient and promoted the pawn there, which would have won the white knight, but suddenly white's king would have raced to gobble up all the remaining black pawns. Now it's simple. It's a simple case of the white knight being completely dominated. We talked about knights on the edge. Knights in the corner are even worse. And sooner or later, Magnus will make a dart towards that white knight. First, he cleans up the other side of the board. And earlier, it's what we call the trousers. It's the A and H pawns that the knights hate the most. And when you have 2 of them like that, like 2 trouser legs, that is decisive. And OK, this white knight is not going to be able to fight against black's whole army. And look at Tabatabaei on the camera. He was just like, OK, done with this one. And it's endgames. Magnus in endgames. You cannot survive against him. Simple as that.
And I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that trick that we saw earlier with the black knight trying to deflect the white knight and forcing into the corner. It's going to appear soon. Well, maybe not now, but I was expecting. Yeah.
Just don't go knight e4. That's one move to avoid. But this is very simple. And yeah, I mean, 2 pawns up, queen's coming. And yeah, he's pretty good in the ending. I do agree. He knows his stuff.
And
Magnus.
there
Resigns.
it is.
It's got to happen now. Yeah.
Magnus about to make a new queen. Tabatabaei does resign. We have a result. World number 1 takes the lead.
And he got his leg up there. You're right. This is, we could actually just not look at the position and guess